Right, here we go, guys. I'm back. I'm here for a rant. Got the float rod out today. A bit of float fishing for the tench. Where I'm fishing today is, there's no aerators in the local lakes I fish except one, and I'm not fishing there. It's summer holidays. And we all know what that means, don't we? Banks are rammed. But yeah, I'm float fishing, lift method for tench today. I'm really lucky to even catch anything. I'll go for the rod in a bit. But the point we're going to talk about today is korda. No. And the people that defend them, you're even weirder, man. It's like someone was saying about bank sticks, right? And korda bank sticks, they're absolute rip-off. I think 25 quid or something stupid, or 15. I don't know. And I have somebody coming jumping on it, defending them, going, I love korda. Fairbrass done so much for fishing. Yeah, ripping off kids and charging £1 extra for everything else, putting carp tax on it. And some guy this morning was like, I hate that. People say korda put carp tax on. Yeah, because they do, you muppet. It's like anything that says korda on it. It's like £2-3 extra, man. Go and look at micro swivels, tail rubbers. What are they better than any other tail rubber? It's a little rubber. It's £1 extra because it's korda, or 150 extra because it's korda. Don't. And again, someone goes quality. It's not quality though, are you? You're not paying for better quality in that. I get it when you're saying hooks and stuff, but that kind of stuff, man, don't talk to me about that. It's a tail rubber. Don't talk crap. And then trying to make out Fairbrass some nice, really nice guy. I'm not saying he's a terrible guy, but don't make out he's a good guy. I'm a good guy. I charge £15 for a hoodie for my gym. Yeah, I could charge 25, right? But I choose not to. Just things like that, I charge 25 instead of 35, right? Because I'm not interested in making an extra 10 out of people, right? I don't care about money. You may notice that by my attire and stuff. I don't care about money. Money just helps me do the things that I want to do. So even if I had £1 million, you're not going to see me with korda rod stack. You don't get korda rods. Keep me talking rubbish. You're not going to see me with some top-notch rods and reels, because to me it's a waste of money. And if you like to do that stuff, that's up to you. I'm not dissing that, but don't make out like it's like progression. Everyone has to do that. It's like, no, I don't want expensive gear. It's just like if I drove a car, I wouldn't drive a Ferrari. Okay, I'm not that type of dude. I'm not an idiot, right? So yeah, and then some people will be like, I drive a Ferrari. Well, you're probably a bit of an idiot then, all right? If you want to waste your money on crap like that, then that's up to you. That's just my opinion on it, right? And the reason why I'm saying like towards money, yeah, is because basically when it's hard to explain. It sounds crazy now, but when I was in hospital, basically, and I'll go into more detail in the future. I was in hospital and I was in intensive care for a week. All right, that whole week I was in intensive care. Do you know one thing I thought about? Sorry, what I didn't think about was money. I did not care if I could pay my rent. I didn't care if I was homeless. What I cared about was being healthy. Could I go fishing and could I train again? They were the things that I cared about. I didn't care about anything else, and what people thought of me. The people close to me, not people all around. I didn't care about everyone else, but the people that I know are my friends. And that's one thing I've learned about that. It's the way people perceive you and how they remember you. And Fairbrass will be remembered as a bloody robbing bastard. Okay? And I won't be. People that know me know that I don't care about money. I generally never have. It does not bother me. I hate it. And people get all wrapped up with money, and it's weird to me. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. If I was running a company, I would not be charging £1 extra or anything because it's bloody my brand on it. Because I'm not an asshole. Okay, don't make out as business. You're an asshole. If you do that, you're just like a Trump. I don't like Trump, and I don't respect people or rob people. I don't care if you're robbing the old, the young, or wherever. You're mugging people off. You're a piece of crap. Okay, and that's just the way it is. And when you're in your deathbed, okay, you will think about these little words that I've said. And probably not my words, but yeah, trust me, guys. Things that you look back on, and you think, why did I do that? Oh, it's a bit of an ass, isn't I? So yeah, don't go telling me Fairbrass is a good bloke, because you got all these kids watching those videos who can't afford shit, and then they got to go out and spend all this money on stuff they do not need, and then make out they need it. So that's why I get annoyed with korda. I do videos and I'm telling people how to fish cheaply and keeping everything on a budget and everything else. I come from a council estate. I didn't have nothing, so when I was a kid growing up, I wouldn't be able to afford all the korda stuff. So I try and remember what it was like when I was a kid. The same with martial arts. When I joined the martial arts school, I had to wear £100 worth of clothing basically to start at the local gym in my area, right? Pissed me right off, right? I couldn't afford that. My parents couldn't afford it, right? So I couldn't do martial arts because I couldn't afford it. How crazy is that? So what do? I do pay as you go, no contracts, no direct debits. If you do not pay me, you don't have to pay me 6 months in advance. It's straight down the middle, straight down the line, honest, and my lessons are pay as you go, a £5, right? I could charge more than that, but I don't, right? And even in my gym, the other guy with training teachers and the other guy with teachers, they all charge more than me. Same with PTs. I'm the cheapest PT around because I want to teach people martial arts. I don't want to cost cut people, so I only teach rich people. You know, I'm not my own ass. You know, it does my head in that kind of stuff. And make out Fairbrass is a good guy. Look what he's done for fishing. Yeah, of all that. That's what he's done for fishing. All that in his pocket, in his fat cars. You know, so don't, you know, I'm not saying he's a horrible person. He's probably a good dad and stuff. I'm not saying that, but he ain't a great person, is he? He's not Gandhi, is he? You know. So yeah, the way people go on about it, you know. You can't diss Gandhi. So yeah, you can. You can diss anybody. You can disrespect anybody if they're doing things wrong. You know, don't make out that you haven't done anything wrong. Fairbrass is the most money-driven guy, man. So don't get lost in that stuff. Oh yeah, like do you see him? So if he was a really great guy, right? Why didn't he do a budget range for kids? Budget range, korda budget range, all still really good quality, but a budget range, right? Where they don't make much money on it, but they get kids introduced to it. Why do you think they do something like that, right? That's what I think about when I'm doing martial arts. I can't teach kids because you've got to have a separate license. But I'm always thinking of ways of getting more people involved by not charging money, because I want people to come and train with me. I want people to fish. I want people to do these things, you know? So yeah, it does want, yeah, nothing. Like some of my mates always say to me, like if you were driven by money, you'd be getting, you know, you'd probably be a lot further. And it's like, yeah, I probably would be, but I wouldn't be a better person, would I? Do you know what I mean? It's like Mike Tyson when he had that 30 million from one fight. What did he do? He turned it into a piece of shit. Okay, because you get too many yes men around you, too many people telling you you're doing the right thing when you're not, you're doing the wrong thing. But they're too scared to tell you because they want your money or they want your friendship. So I'll tell you straight, Fairbrass, you're an ass. Do more, man. I don't care about your embro bloody things you're doing for carp fishing, because to me it's whatever, right? Try and do something really good locally. Try and, I don't know, give back to the kids, man, you know, instead of mugging people off, charging £1 for everything on top and making out, you know. Someone's like, I hate the word carp tax and korda tax. Well, it's true. Just go and get some of their stuff and line it up to the other things. I'm not on about hooks and stuff. If they're hook, I don't really use their stuff, so I'm not even going to comment on them, but I'm just saying, right, say their hooks were quality, okay? I'll let you off on the hooks, okay? Yeah, you charge £1 extra, so do Nash, so do any other company, right? But tail rubbers, micro swivels, all the things that are in match fishing and everything else was so much cheaper. Yeah, so don't tell me it's, oh, it's because it's quality. What, a tail rubber, a micro swivel, what you put a boilie on? Don't talk crap, man. Like, everything with korda on it's got £1 to £2 extra. So what I used to do is I used to say to my mate, go in the match section. Why are you going to Nash section? Why are you going to korda section? Just go in the match section. You get all the same stuff, just as cheap. Micro swivels have been in match fishing since time began. You can get much cheaper now. I think £1.50 Preston Intervention ones, korda ones £3.50. Do you want korda? You know, crazy to me, crazy. Oh, lucky that recorded. It's like an 8-minute rant. Right, I'm back in a minute. Right then, you sexy beasts, got the rod out. We're going to talk about monster carp. Monster carp. Lumpies. Right. I thought it wasn't too bad. I watched it and I could see for what it was, you know what I mean? I watched it for the monster carp. But, sorry, 2 secs. Mouth's dry. I watched it for what it was. When you can see through the rubbish, it was alright to watch. But do you see how much bait they used? Man, it was crazy. They were like over like 100 kilos or something stupid of just spodding. They were nuts. Fair play to them. They worked bloody hard on that first session. Like, wow, 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 wow. But did you notice? So like, the first thing that stood up to me, all of them using the same rigs. Why? Why are they always using spinner rigs? And don't tell me it's because the spinner rigs to bite bees' knees, because it's not. The reason why they were using those rigs is because they want to sell you the components, because they want to sell you the micro swivels, what they charge £1 extra for, and they want to charge you for the extra little bits you need on it. So yeah, it's just a load of crap, man. And then all the leads they were dropping, what was it, 100 fish? Probably 70 leads were dropped. And then again, someone on the cart page is saying, no, they didn't. It's like, mate, look at the heli safe. All of them were dropped. There was very few that I did not see they didn't drop the lead. Okay, so that means they just dropped like 100 leads or whatever in the lake. So don't tell me that. That's like nuts. And they didn't even need to. That's what annoyed me. Why didn't they say, oh no, we're going to lock it down so we don't drop the leads? Because there's no need, because there's no weed. What, like, I didn't even drop leads when I'm fishing this weedy little water. And they're dropping leads like they're free. What coincidence if they're doing it like it's free. Same with spodding, they do it like it's free. It's not like mine and your fishing, is it, where we got to think, right, that spot's a tenner, that spot's a tenner. You know, it's crazy, man. Like, they were just pouring this crap in, smart juice. I forgot what even the link. Oh, I was doing that stuff just does my head in, man. So like, no one cares. Like, oh yeah, the link's the best. No, it's not. It's because they're giving you the best deal and they're sponsoring you. It's all it is, man. It's not the best boilie out there. You can guarantee it. The same with the rigs. What you're telling me, Spooner, Tom Dove, and Ali Hamidi fish the same way. What, they all fish with the spinning rigs. I know for a fact Tom Dove doesn't, because I've seen him fishing. Loads of times, go on YouTube and watch them all fishing. They never fish like that. So yeah, again, all selling components. They all had the same rods. All in this, it was like they were mimicking each other. Did you notice that? All of them were exactly the same. I thought it's only Spooner at the end would put like a double 18 mil on. Would try to, you know, change things up, and it's caught. There you go. And then Ali Hamidi using the bait bow at the end, and didn't catch it. I barely caught, did he? It was, and then he caught like a couple of 18-pounders on monster carp. Oh, he's poor. I don't really like Ali Hamidi. He can be a good angler, but yeah, he's just a bit annoying, I think. Tom Dove, awesome angler. I do find Ali Hamidi quite funny, but I mean, as an angler, I don't really like him. Tom Dove's much better angler than all of them, I think. Spooner was alright. But yeah, Tom Dove's much better than all of them. You can see he was just in his, just in the zone fishing, you know. But still, like, you know, I can't let it go, can I? They're still selling crap, you know. The heli-safe. Why are they all using heli-safes? Why? Remember, it was the leg clips a year ago, wasn't it? 2 years ago, leg clips, wasn't it? It was all about the leg clip system. Now it's the heli-safe because it makes more money, because they charge more on the heli-safe, and you've got to drop a lead every time. So you think of it logically, if you drop a lead every time, you're paying £1 a lead or 150 a lead, and then you've got your heli-safe, you know. All cost this, all this, that's all that's about. So yeah, you know, it was for what, if you watched it just to see the car, I wasn't impressed by it. The only carp I was impressed by was that Toro, whatever it was, Centauro, whatever, the big old thing at the end, or Tom Dove caught. That was the only fish that I was impressed by. And you know, some people were asking me, do you reckon they pre-baited and all that? They probably did, but I don't think they need to when you've got that much bait. You know, you can just keep piling in. They were like, oh, we're only here for 5 days. I can't fish for 5 days in my life. I know other people can. I'm not saying it's like unreachable, but 5 days, Jesus Christ, I'm going to take 5 days off. So like, yeah, we're only here for 5 days. Like, oh my God, how long do you need? You got 100 kilos of bait to put in, guys. Of course you're gonna smash it, man. Yeah, so that stuff is a bit retarded, isn't it? People actually think like they're gonna go out now to these places and catch these monster carp. And to be honest with you, they looked horrible. They were just fat, round things, weren't they? They were just like, how do I survive? I'm a silt pig. I need a boilie. You know, it's not, the fish were horrible. And even since my missus, she's like, oh, would you like to go to those lakes? I was like, no. One of them was just a round bowl, match place, where they all just cast into the bowl of fish. And then the other one was like a pleasure like place where everyone like sunbathed and crap. I was just like, no, I'd rather come here. Look at this. English scenery, English carp, and keep to my English fishing, thank you very much. I love my England fishing, and I wouldn't go abroad. And if I did, I would fish abroad a little bit, but I wouldn't go crazy, because, you know, to me, this is my reality, this is my world. And you notice a lot of people go fishing abroad. They rarely go fishing again in the UK, because, you know, the stamp of fish is completely different, and they're like, oh, I want to fish for these little pasties, you know. So they get all this like up their own head, you know. It's like when someone catches a 20 and it's like, oh, I only want to fish a 20 water. I only want to fish 20 water now because I've got to up my PB, you know. And then that's the other thing I was going to talk about, PBs. Your PB, don't chase a PB. Trust me, do not chase a PB. It's good to have aims and goals, but my PB was very low. What was it? You think I'd live next to an airport the way this is going on today? Yeah, PBs. Don't go chasing PBs. Trains and planes. My videos were through and through. Fucking move on, Virgin. Jesus Christ, mate. I'll rant about you next. Assholes. Come on. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just annoying. There we go. Alright, don't chase your PBs. PBs are just targets, right? So you can, I caught this, I caught that. When people tell me they're PBs, I'm not very impressed normally. not because of the size of the fish, but because I know a lot of luck goes into people's PPs. Sometimes I know rookies, man, who turned up places and caught massive fish, just pure luck. So PPs don't really represent the angler that well, I don't think. I kept my PB, but I fished quite small waters, so my PB was low for ages. So when I beat it, I was really happy. I know people get like they get second session they get 18, and the second session they get 30, and you just like it just ruins it. You want to stagger it up the best you can, because then at least you can enjoy your targets. Do you know what I mean? It's like me now. I'm on 28. I could just go boom. If I went to like, I'm just saying 48, right? Well, I wouldn't, but say I went to 40, I just missed all those targets. Do you know what I mean? So I like to go up bit by bit by bit. Mine was a bit of a jump, but I caught loads of 20s before I caught my PB. So it was like, well, not loads of 20s, but I caught enough 20s. So then it was like 22.5 pounds. So I was like, yeah. And then I had to beat that. Do you know what I mean? So you look forward, and then when you catch a lot of fish, like fish around your size, PB size, and when you get one bigger, you really notice it. You're like, oh my god, that fish is massive. So yeah, don't chase PBs, don't get lost in all that stuff. And yeah, and I'll finish off the last little bit about monster carp. It's good for like getting people into like, you know, watching it, fishing and stuff. And I watched it for what it was, and I didn't mind it. Do you know what I mean? But people watching it, looking to if you want to fish that way, then just don't even bother, because it's just insane. Unless you're a multi-millionaire and you want to go and feed a load of carp in a different country, it's just pointless, man. You're literally just feeding the carp and then catching the odd one. Yeah, you put 100, like, wait, was you saying 20 spods on that? It's like 20 kilos. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot of bait. I don't even use that in a season, you know? Right, anyway, hopefully now we'll catch some fish. Right. Oh, boom. Attention. Right, little male tench when he relaxes. I'm going to put him straight back in. I'm not going to mess around with him. It's a very hot day, as you know. I'm in the shade. It'll all come out soaking wet, so don't worry. But there we go, nice little male tench. Put him straight back in. Right, here we go then, guys. I thought I'd finish off the video here. I've done a little bit more to the pond, as you can see. And I did have some lilies flowering, but they died. They'll come back through again now. I thought I'd feed the fish as well, show you how the fish are getting on. They're a lot more visual now, as you can see. Look at them. Nuts. They ain't scared no more. There we go, that was quick, wasn't it? They're going to come up again. I might have to get some more food. Take nuts on there. Get stuck in the filter. There we go. Ooh, here he goes, like a little shark coming back up. Dun dun, dun dun. There's a white one down there. There we go. Comes a white one. Got some really nice dark mirrors, like sorry, kois, ghosties. You can barely see them in this light. Right, anyway, guys, I thought it goes Scrappy as well, and the dog. Oh, Scraps, isn't it? Must get back in. Looking at me, let me back in. But there we go. Here's the end of the pond. Hope you all like it. Started flowering up here now as well. Oh yeah, I added this as well. Got this out the river. This is out of my dad's old pond. This is like a 20-year-old lily, and this, I didn't even know what plant it is, but I got it out of the river. I thought it looked cool, so I stole it. And there we go, and there's my red plant. Alright, here we go then, guys. Alright, ciao for now. Like and subscribe. And if you want to see any of my stuff, like fighting and stuff as well, have a look on Instagram, Fighting Fisherman #9. Right, bing, bang, bosh. Ooh, there's fish. There they are again. Alright, ciao for now. Bye-bye.